Well, greetings and hello there, everybody. It's me, your beloved Star Wars Galaxy of Heroes, or just Star Wars Dad. Good to see everybody today. Welcome aboard to the stream as we work to find our replacement for roster review streams here on the channel. I believe Red Dragon God is in the house. Let's say hello to Red Dragon God this morning. One of our mod squad members, Red Dragon God, has been a supporter for a long time here. How long have you been a member? It's been like almost 2 years now at a high level. I appreciate you, buddy. Thank you for all the support. Thank you, sir. Thank you. So I think we're going to be feeling out our oats a little bit here on the channel for the next, I think the next several months will be kind of determining what we're going to do instead of doing roster review streams, right? Since roster review streams are now gone. How is nobody on Twitch? That is so weird. That's really weird. Something going on over there that I'm unaware of? I do think that well, we've done Ask Me Anythings in the past, and they tend to be lower attended. So I don't know. We'll see. I do think it's a good play, where they're 3 months off from 2 years. There it is, 21
3
months
off from 2 years.
Nice. I do think it is a good way to get together and talk about the game without me having to organize, oodle in. Spending like 1/5 of the stream just organizing the stream, so hopefully that's a way we can just have some more open conversations about what's going on. I'm just gonna play. I got some Conquest to play on my main account. I've been doing it here a little bit, but we'll grab the signal data. This is the Leia account. I'm telling you what, I think I'll be ready for Leia like mid-February, except for I got to get the Lightspeed tokens that are still coming out. So, and of course we're gonna show that to you. Drink up, folks. So I think I'll be ready for Leia like mid to late February, except for the, I'll get the droid token. That'll be Chupio. I need the bounty hunter token in, like the 24th of March. And I think as soon as I get that bounty hunter token, we're going to unlock Leia. I mean, I'll have to get tickets and stuff. So crazy speed to Leia. Crazy speed to Leia. Some of the Conquest event reward feats are paying out 18 key cards instead of 15. No, I didn't notice that. We'll look in a minute. We'll look in a little bit. So, it's really easy to farm Galactic Legend Leia in this game right now. I don't know any other way to put it. Really, really, really easy to farm her. There are no more roster reviews, Psychero. They're gone. We have dispensed with the roster reviews on the channel. It just became too much of a... I was not enjoying doing them. Every roster is basically the same, so there are no more roster reviews on the channel. Made a whole video about that. Which, those videos tend to get less, views than other ones, so... All right, and I know I need these. I don't really need these right now, and I don't need those. I'll need them for relics later, but I'm saving up to get my characters. So right now, like on this account, I am 3 pieces of gear away on Lobot and 4 on Rebel Officer Leia Organa. That's all my relics. I need to get Rex to 7, which is going to be Electron Conductors. Which I can now... Oh, I can spend this Mark II currency on gear now, because I've got Leia Organa at Relic 6, which is all that I need to get... excuse me, 6 stars, which is the only place I need to have her in order to get her to Relic 5, which is the requirement. So I'm going to leave her at Relic... or gear... I'm going to leave her at 6 stars while I grab the gear, and I think we can take Rex to Relic 7 here right now. Yep. So Rex is now done. Rex is done. So, on my path to Leia Organa, looks like I got one of the whole sections done. All we need is Akbar to 3, which that'll be a token. Scout Trooper to 7, that'll be our Empire token here next week. R2 at Relic 8, that's part of the Empire token as well, next week. Rolo at Relic 5, which I'm working on. Drogon to 7, he's at 5 right now. I think he's at 5. Yeah, I'll look in a minute. CLS, that's a token. Boosh Leia, that's a token. Chupio, that's a token. And Lobot that I'm working on. Crazy. Yeah, the KOTOR stream just cut out at like an hour, 50 minutes. And it was like, I felt like I was deep enough into it. So we'll pick it up again. We'll pick it up again next week on Tatooine. That's the question, Billy Robertson. Will his 6-star Rolo clear that event? I would think with the right mods, you know, if it's 6-star, if it's Relic 5, I don't know if, you know, I don't know what really matters there, you know? We'll find out. We're going to find out for sure. I don't even have this fleet node unlocked. Yeah, my nose is bothering me. All the cocaine. Don't do cocaine, boys and girls. That was a joke. So yeah, now I could buy gear with all this stuff, and then I think I'll have enough time to buy gear to finish relicking Rolo and Lobot, and I'll still have time to come back and probably take Rolo, get enough shards for 7 stars for her. I'm gonna have that much time on my hands. Too much time on my hands. The game is so much better than it used to be. Greg Geiger is 100% on the nosy. This game, with the way it's built right now and the farming, is light years better than it used to be. Light years with the new light speed economy built in. It's just way better. I got reset on this account in like a couple of hours. I should probably be a little more conservative here. You want to see easy Conquest? I know it's really exciting. If my roster is covered in all assault battles except Inquisitors, Bros and Pals R7, and my lone GL is Luke, what is our next big farm? Cal and Janet, Revan are done. Leia and Jabba. You're getting Inquisitors here in a moment, so you'll have them next week. See how much easier that was than pulling up the account, pulling the mod score, wearing myself out, writing it down, taking the... I mean, see how much easier that was? Like this. Doesn't stack. I think I've already got that. Guard and Penetrate. Is that new? That's not the same as it used to be, right? I'm not using... Let's go get that Guard and Penetrate. I'm not really focused on Conquest on this account that much. I'll play it when I can or when I've got time. And I got some time today. We're here to hang out. Hard isn't all that difficult. Why do you need Gungans for hard? I don't know why you'd need Gungans for hard Conquest. They're nice to have to get you those bonus turns you need, but I don't know why you would need Gungans for hard. Hey, Epsilon, Alex, and Rival Somnium. I think Ruarc and Escar will carry you through most Proving Grounds tiers. Yeah, he will. Most of them. You may or may not be able to do the TIE Interceptor one. That's the one that I really think of might be difficult. And the Ray one, it took like a weird SLKR team if I remember right. I don't know. It's been a minute. Most of those tiers, R10 SLKR is going to carry. A lot of feats require boss NAS or enemies defeated by Gungans. Really? Just don't worry about it. I red crate on my main account every single time, and I skip all sorts of stuff like that, like Omega, you know, Fugitive Omega, and so I just skip all that stuff, and I still red crate on my main account every time. You don't need that. You'll be all right. In fact, on hard Conquest, I don't even. You shouldn't even be really that worried about the feats. Just worry about getting it finished. The crates aren't all that exciting. Oh wait, are we on hard or normal? I can't remember. Are we on hard or normal? You're getting wrecked at normal, Greg? Phoenix with C-Rex makes TIE Interceptor. Okay, I didn't know that. You're on tier 2 of normal being shredded to pieces. I still am a big proponent of, if you can do anything on normal, just go do normal. I realize you've got to get to the 3rd crate on normal to be better than the best crate on easy. But do you really want to beat your brains in on Conquest to get the best crate on easy? It's not. Let me go get that. I got a graphic for that. Let me go get it here. Here. Yeah. Here's those rewards. And I think they're still the same. The red crate on easy is, I mean, that's not exciting. That's a little bit of stuff. You're going to beat your brains in through the course of 2 weeks to get the red crate on easy. Just do normal and get the best crate you can. I just don't, I don't see anybody, people do that. They hold themselves back in easy because they can get farther than on normal. And it's just like, what are you doing? You're gaming out something that doesn't need to be gamed. And just when you get to, you just got to get to hard. Just keep moving forward. And as soon as you can do hard, get the first crate. You'll beat every other crate that you've ever seen in your life. I don't get the gaming it out. And I'm going to do easy because normal's a little too difficult. Just do normal. Just do normal. Get 1 crate. You'll be happy. The best early game team to beat Bad Batch? I don't know. That's a good question. I would probably have to play around with that for a while. Can I fit this? Yes. Nice. I'd have to play around with that. I would just try different teams. You got to be able to get in front of them. If Echo takes a turn, you're probably in a situation where if Echo takes a turn, you're done. Ooh. What I got here? This is not all that. That's fine. I like it, but I like this better. Okay. Newt Jr.'s good. He's got a lot going on. His speech and debate tournament, he was supposed to travel to the state capitol this weekend for a speech and debate tournament, but with this big storm that's coming in, I mean, they're predicting like a foot or more of snow is possible, and it's supposed to start like Friday night, Friday afternoon, and you know, they were going to travel to Jeff City, that's the capital of Missouri, Jefferson City, and let me put that in because I've got to use that to get, yeah, we have to do that. Hold on, that's going to cost me actually. Wait, what? That's not what I was thinking it is. Is that a feat in here? So that was canceled, so he'll be home this weekend. He's got a lot going on. We're waiting to hear back from some colleges, which isn't going to be till March, I guess, which is actually coming up. And then he's working on scholarships. He's in a play. He's in speech and debate. He's got a lot going on. The deployable cooling systems is what I got to apply here. That's right. Okay. I didn't get deployable cooling systems. All right. Well, that was kind of a tease. Who should be the 5th on a team of Palpatine, Starkiller, Mara, Old Ben? Just throw any light side. I used Scavenger. When I was using that team, I was using Scavenger Ray. I guess the preferred, or what people would say is like the ideal, is Visas Mar because of her healing and revival. But I've never found that I needed Visas Mar on that team to make it successful for me on offense. Maybe on defense it makes it a little bit harder. So just Scavenger Ray I throw out there. Any light side Ufu. Let's change accounts. Let's just do it this way. I got 2 tokens for the mall event, but not sure if I'd use those for Leia or Balin's Skull. Well, you're going to get tokens that you can use. I think I've shown this before. I don't know if you guys are aware. But I have this graphic. Hold on. You're going to get tokens for Leia from this. You know, you can use your Rebel token up here. You can use for Drogon. Your Empire token you can use for Scout Trooper. Your droid token for Chupio, and your bounty hunter token for Bouche Leia. So all those are for Leia, Galactic Legend Leia. So I'd probably use those tokens for Balin's Skull. That's right, King of the Who. All of us, we're all Britons. Martin, your sobriety is your choice. You don't have to play drinking games. In fact, I will tell you right now, I am 53 years old. I've never played a drinking game. I'm not a drinker. I don't drink. I'll have about once a quarter, I'll have a glass of wine or maybe a margarita if I'm at a Mexican place. Actually, I don't do it at the Mexican place because I'm always the one driving. So about once a quarter, I'll have a drink. So you are not required to play the drinking game, Martin. This is your choice. These are decisions you're making in your life that I am not accountable for. That's all I can say. You guys want a sneak peek at tomorrow's video? Those who are on the stream right now get a sneak peek at tomorrow's video. Where is it? There you go. There's your sneak peek. We're ranking the Sith tomorrow.
Oh, really? 4 months _.
That's right, North Mountain, 4 months. Thanks. Welcome back aboard. Thank you, sir. So tomorrow we're ranking the Sith, and we're going to start doing it. We're going to start tier listing it based on my own tiers. Actually, I need to do this on this account. I just spent a bunch of prestige on my endurance. Yeah, Bandit, the drinking game is that every time I pull up this graphic, which is about 5 times a day, depending on the video and the stream. Every time I pull up this graphic, you guys drink. That's the drinking game. I think I need to work on mods in this account, although I don't know if I have the materials. When should people aim for getting Leviathan? I always say that the time to aim for getting Leviathan is when you are 6 months out on proving grounds from unlocking the Fury Class Interceptor and Darth Malgus. Now, if you're going to buy those Lightspeed bundles, you should get on it right away. But if you're playing proving grounds, whether you're refreshing it and playing it twice a month or playing it once a month, when you see that you are 6 months out from Darth Malgus and Fury Class Interceptor, getting them unlocked at 7 stars, that's when you should start farming the Leviathan like heavy. That's when you should get into it. Because ships take 6 months to farm. Is this used for anything in the scavenger shop now? Let me see. I feel like did they add it? Not there. Not there. There, yeah. So I can use that for arrow magnifiers. That's probably worth buying. What's the event? Oh, I didn't look at the events on the... Oh, I didn't do this on the I'll do it later. Just training droids. Did all that. Did pretty well here, actually. For free to play. Remember the first week this came out, and like we had to do 3 of these, and you couldn't even get through the first one? Download Raid Shadow Legends, everybody. If you have not yet downloaded Raid Shadow Legends, now is the time to do it. You're gonna get 3 legendary champs right off the bat. Use my QR code up there, link in chat. You are gonna get Tholen Falbeard right here, still a really important character on my roster. You can also use the beginner code UDKING or KITTYCUT to get yourself the Ultimate Death Knight or Cheshire Cat. And over there, the Ezio chase with the Assassin's Creed crossover is currently going on. Free Ezio Auditore in Raid Shadow Legends. Thank you, King of the Who. I got the Bad Batch to Gear 12 3-star. Should I work? So you did the Lightspeed tokens on them. Should I work at starting them up for the ship or continue starting up my Ewoks for 3PO? I would get your Ewoks first because 3PO is really, really important, and then work on your Bad Batch. Although, depending on the stage of game, if you're climbing in Fleet Arena right now and you can wait a little bit, I go ahead and do your Ewoks. Let me see how many of these I got. Nah, I'm not ready for mod work yet. Not ready for mod work yet. If you're already climbing in Fleet Arena, then I would work on the Ewoks. If you need to start getting up in Fleet Arena, I would get on the Marauder and the Bad Batch and star them up. That's what I would do. But they're functional. At Gear 12, they're functional with the Marauder. I think that's gonna... And you know, Sanjita was on top of that before I was. So big shout out to him. These guys. Akram's looking to buy a 17 million account, guys. That's a pretty small, 17 million is a very narrow band, Akram. I'm just letting you know. That's a very narrow band. Did I do this? Did I do this? Nope. All right. I think I did grab my... Guys, this is free to play, and we are... Hold on. Did that. As soon as I get my punishing one to 7 stars, which I'm almost there, I'm going in on Marauder every day. I'll do it right now. As soon as I get that done, I'm going to get the Marauder, and I'm going to spend some tokens on the Bad Batch, and I'm going to get my Endurance Fleet up and running. How to use Pretty Pals in Conquest? Throw them out there and see if they work. Make sure you keep an entire... If you're using Captain Enoch as the lead, make sure the entire team is Imperial Remnant or it won't work. I can't do much on this account. Which one are we doing, guys? They haven't marked it yet. I'll wait. Conquest. All right. On this account, I'm trying to get through normal Conquest for the first time because I'm approaching 3 million. I'm at 2 point... This is crazy. This is crazy. I'm at 2.9 million galactic power, and we are June, July, August, September, October, November, December, January. 8 months into it. I knew that. I should already know that. We're only 8 months into this account. I'm at 3 million galactic power. I'll be over 4 million by the time we get to a year. So I need to get through Conquest on normal so that I can play hard Conquest and be ready for it. So I am trying to get through Conquest. I am trying on this one. I don't usually play Conquest too hard, but I'm going for it this time. I need to add a... Let's put him in here instead. And I'll have an Inquisitor team pretty soon, too. Let's do that. And we can get rid of the Troopers. Yeah, I'm going to get rid of that. Troopers just fell off the map, guys. troopers fell off the map with the Inquisitors coming in the game. Crazy. Yeah, Akram, I would recommend, you know, I've had some members, user1234, and there's another guy too, and I can't remember his name, that have just come in, and they started from scratch, and they just pumped all their money into an account, and 7 months later, they're in Kyber 1. So that's more fun that way, isn't it? Like building your own account rather than buying one? I don't know. You're at 7 million in this conquest. Again, I'll say what I said earlier. You're doing it wrong, Dark Boy. You're just doing it wrong. Yeah. So you never completed easy? Is that what the problem is? Oh, this team's not gonna work here. I should have. Yeah, this team's not gonna work. He's worth hoarding for 7-star executive. I'm not getting fleet crystals or just go to 5 stars. I hoarded for a month and a half without fleet crystals, and I had enough to get it to 6 stars. I think it's worth hoarding, yeah. Took you out for you desire to spend time on. That's a shame, because hard conquest is a really good game mode for rewards and characters and everything else. Everybody, it's that time. If you are lurking out there, drop an L in chat, drop a WL. If you are work lurking, let me know that you're out there lurking today so I can give you a shout out on the stream today. Let's dump this and put in this. This is a nice little mix. I don't have any of the support ones, though. I'm surprised I got through that. That's gonna be my last chance squad. This is the main boys. This is my main boys and girls. Sorry. My main team here. My main squeeze. KOTOR 1971 is work lurking. Hopefully getting toward the end of work lurking, my friend. You and me, same boat. Get out. Get away from the man. Vadim Navzegda is lurking. Bomb 876, Dark Void, Ravenstruck, Awatsa, CW Bob, Philip Tufts, Phantom Zauv, reminds me of Robbie Suave, Simulation, J Tay, Stefan Hasnes, Tyron W5G, Simon Clark, Jeff Graham, Martin is out there, Galen Doak, Jerry G, Din Jarin, this is the way, Vro 80, Combined Land, Rivals Somnium, Epsilon, Alex, are all out there lurking today. Thanks for lurking, guys, and thanks for being on the stream. I'm trying to beat normal conquest, stopped at sector 5 because I was farming the Datacron things. I didn't think I would get that far, not necessarily going for red crate. Yeah, just I continue to believe that conquest is a game mode that you're not looking to get the red crate. You don't care. The only thing that easy and normal are about is finishing it, so you're ready for hard when it comes around. The rewards in easy and normal are not exciting. They're just not exciting. Just get yourself ready so that when you hit 4 million galactic power, you can play hard and jump in there and really get after it. You want to be ready to get after it. That's the only reason to play the easy and normal conquest. Did I do this last night, so I'm a little low on energy? Is that what's going on here? Only need CLS for Leia. Nice. When should you start farming Inquisitors? Well, guys, get ready to drink, because you should not be farming Inquisitors. You are getting Inquisitors right now with Journey tokens right there. January 13th, it's right here. So you should have already 8th brother and 9th sister on your roster the way that I do if you watch my video, how to unlock 8th brother and 9th sister easily in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. Go check it out. You should be doing these journey quests and getting these Lightspeed tokens, because come Tuesday, it's going to be 5th brother, 7th sister, and 2nd sister as well on your way toward. Then you go through the Grand Inquisitor, then you go through Riva. You don't need to farm them. You should never farm them. You're done farming Inquisitors. That's over. That's done. That's kaput. Out. Get rid of that idea. This isn't going really well. All right, get him out. Come on. Nah, oh, well, we'll get rid of it with Shock T. Yeah, okay, we'll get it. We're good. This team's not a great Conquest team, I've noticed. Although I don't have it relicked up. I mean, they're all sitting at Gear 13, I guess. Great Mothers, do you need all Zetas for her and Omicrons? I think yes. I haven't looked at it recently, but I would say yes. See if we can do it here, too. Are you seeing the opponent speeds in Conquest this round are insane with the Delta changes? Delta has nothing to do with speed. Like 0. With that said, I do feel like my normal Conquest, those Gear 12 teams on the first tier of normal, they seemed a little more capable in some cases than normal. I will say that. But Delta has no impact on speed, so I don't... Relic Delta table is just all about your relic level. So if you're at a relic level above or below another character, you'll do more or less damage based on the relic level differential. That's all Relic Delta is. Reviews are out. We don't do reviews. Yeah, those existing Grand Inquisitor event. I'll have to get into that. But yeah, those videos are gonna get a bump here. I hate that event. This isn't gonna work. See, he's not working. He's just not working here. The stat boosts are making the teams a bit faster than. I don't know what you're talking about. I'm not joking. I don't know what you're talking about. Stat boosts. Relic Delta has nothing to do with it. I don't know. Is there some other stat boost that's going on that I'm unaware of? How can you find a good guild? Watch this. Watch this. Are you ready? How? I'm going to type in exactly what you've typed. How can you find a good guild? And I'll put SWGOH. Turdur! How to find a great guild in Star Wars Galaxy Heroes. SWH Beginners, how to find a guild. There you go. Look up those, just Google it and watch those videos. That was annoying. Counterback just not really doing a lot for me here in Grand Arena. Let's see. I wonder if Hermit Yoda would be better here. I don't think so. I don't even know why I have the bounty hunters saved. They're so bad. They wouldn't do anything here. So to compensate for relics, they didn't turn on Relic Delta. All I saw in the news was they didn't put Relic Delta on. Is that what they said? They gave the additional stat boots, which increased per sector? Why would you do that? That's the dumbest ass thing I've ever heard of them do. That is right up there. Then you need to give me stat increases. If you're giving them, that would be why those Gear 12 teams are harder. If you're giving them stat increases, then you need to give me stat increases. I know we have the data discs, but we've always had those. That's the dumbest thing I've ever heard of. Nah, that's dumb. That's stupid. Bad decision. We have to do something. Jimbo, come here, Jimbo. Hey, we gotta do something, man. We can't put Relic Delta in Conquest because it's gonna make, like, the lower tiers of Conquest completely unplayable for people. So what do? Well, we could do some stat boosts. Hey, Jimbo's got an idea. instead of doing Relic Delta, which would boost both sides of the equation, or you know, which people can plan for, let's put in some random stat boosts that make each tier of it even more difficult than just adding the relic levels. I like that idea. What do you think, Jimbo? I think I've got great ideas, boss. Oh, that's a dumb idea. I don't know why you'd want. Why is Jimbo in charge of Capital Games now? Why is Jimbo running things over there? Completely incomprehensible to me. Just leave it alone. Just, tell you what, here's an idea. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. When do they say that? When do they say that? Is it in the event server? God, he's just the ultimate troll. That's funny. I don't know. I'm not gonna find this. There's just too much here. If somebody finds that they're giving them stat boosts, let me know. I'm not seeing it. They better not boost those. I haven't even gotten that far, so. All right, let's change accounts again here. Is the old Bad Batch better or worse than the new Mercenary Bad Batch? Head to head, I think that the new Mercenary Bad Batch are better in gameplay than the old ones. They're both kind of lackluster teams. They have some uses and some spots where they fit in. The old Bad Batch have the Marauder as a ship, which is actually a big deal. So I would say the old Bad Batch are more functional, and the new Bad Batch don't fit into any farms. They're just kind of there. So I would say functionally, I like the old Bad Batch better. However, in a head-to-head battle, the new Bad Batch probably win, would be my guess. Is it worth using normal energy and gear 12 pieces, not how I farm? Yeah, it is. It is. You could farm gear 12 pieces with your Mark II raid currency. I'm waiting for these to come out. I want those new ones. 4 days. Mark II pulse modulator. You can get Gear 12 pieces with your Mark II raid currency right here. That's the best place to farm them. I know you got to mix that in with Zinbiddles, but you can also, for Zinbiddles, Electrium, and Erodium, or Zinbiddles and Electrium, you can also scavenge those. So it's kind of, you just kind of got to mix and match. I'm going to make a video about that this weekend. I just have too much of this. There's nowhere else to spend it either. I can't do it on characters. I don't need it on... I guess I can look down and see if I need it on any gear down there. And here, mods. That. I guess I could grab this. I'm going to be needing Carbantes for, like, legendaries and stuff. Gonna need these, I guess. I guess I will need some of this gear down here. Just make sure I've got it on hand for when I do need it. Yeah, that makes some sense. Like, this is gear I need to have, but eventually I'll have enough of this to go around. Know what I mean? Stocking up on prestige right now, hoping for another capital ship at some point. I don't know if we're ever going to get one. Bad idea to use my Lightspeed token on IG-12? Yeah, it is a bad idea. You know why? Get your drinks out, folks. Get your drinks out. I gotta unlock this so I can move it. Because he's right here. April 14th or April 21st, you're gonna get a Lightspeed token for IG-12 right there. Is that IG-11? Which one is which? Hold on. Wait, IG-12 and Grogu. I can't keep them straight. They all look the same. Okay. No, it's not a bad idea to use your Lightspeed token. Okay, so it's not a bad idea to use that. See, you're gonna get a Mandalorian token in this same area, right? On April 21st-ish. You get a Mandalorian token. You're gonna use that on either IG-12 or Paz Vizsla, and the other one you just gotta go farm. The reason people have defaulted to using that token for Paz Vizsla is because he has 2 Zetas, and you get those Zetas, whereas IG-12 only has 1 Zeta. So that's your thought process there. So there are no relic delta stat boosts in Conquest. If they're giving stat boosts, it's just stat boosts. Have we had that? Has anybody found that yet? I click on the sector. It tells you that. Well, was that there before though? Is that new? Do we know that that's new? Serious questions. Do we know that it's new that they have stat boosts in there? I could probably work some mods here on this account. Yep, we can work some mods. I mean, you see me right here doing it. I'm doing this. This is not for Gear 12 finishers. This is so I can scavenge some relic material later. I think this is worth it. I need to save some of that currency for my video. There's always been some, but it's more extreme than usual. Yeah, I think that's a horrible decision by Capital Games. I'm not even like mildly. I think that's a wretched, horrible decision. How is that any different than putting Relic Delta in there? This is completely unnecessary. It's completely unnecessary, unwanted, unneeded, uninteresting, stupid. That is the dumbest thing I've ever seen. Did this exist before? I need to know. I don't, hang on a second. Let me find a Conquest video from last month here. I don't think I've ever, I'm not gonna be able to find where I clicked on this though. No, I will. Hold on. It's gonna be hard to find where I clicked on that. Does anybody have any evidence of this not existing? I'm serious. I don't... Trying to look it up the image by putting it exactly in, I know I don't want your... I can't find an image of this from previously. I just need proof that this, if it's always been this way, then that's fine. If they're doing it now, it's a horrible decision. I'd like to know. Because I can pull up an old Conquest video, but finding a point of the video where I clicked on this and held it open for more than like a second is going to be really difficult to uncover. And I don't really want to go searching for that right now. I think that'll be a mess. Oberon says they're pretty sure that those stat boosts were there. I see, that's the thing. Like, do I want to? Do I want to freak out about this when I don't have all the information in front of me? Eh, whatever. Let's go play. I got to do bounty hunters, Keller and Beck, and then when I get booming voice, I'll put that in. Do it this way here. Ah. Thanks, McMord. We're trying to find this here. Rule of Two is asking right now. So it's from January 12th? See, I can scroll all day in here. This room's getting comments like... I don't know. If somebody can find the link to that, DM me with the link, and we'll take a look at it. I'm not gonna sit here and scroll the rest of the stream because it'll be like 10 minutes of scrolling. What do I gotta do in here? We gotta do tenacity up. That's gonna be any kind of Jedi team. No attackers. Smee, Forlom, and Zuckuss. Forlom and Zuckuss I probably can't do. Let's take care of Smee. Okay, so yeah, there we go. Okay, so thank you. New Conquest relic levels, Sector 1, Relic 4, all other sectors, Relic 5, and then they give stat bonuses. What is... It was there before you even see it's the old text since relics don't match the text. Well, I'd like to see it. I need to see it. It does seem like a change if they reduce the relic levels of characters. I just don't, I don't understand. Okay, we made Relic Delta. It's not going to work for Conquest. We'll just leave it alone. I know you guys want to earn your bonuses and stuff. I know we got to get, we got to turn in a report to EA once a month to say all the improvements and changes we made to the game. Just leave it alone. Just leave it alone. It's fine. Inuch, I have Ray Pole and BB. I don't know what that means. I don't know what Ray Pole is. Scavenger Ray? Is that what you're saying? Relic 5, the last 28 relics in for Ray. How long do you think it'll take? Not very long. 1 week of raids? 1 to 2 weeks of your raid. Depending on your signal data farming. Then you gotta farm all the, I mean, you get the requirements done, then you got to go out and you have to farm the tickets, so. I still think they're going to turn it on to prevent us from cheesing feats with new characters. I have no comment. I mean, I already said my comment. Look. I worked for a lot of corporations, and I've witnessed firsthand improvements that got pushed through, even though it did nothing for nobody, just to pad somebody's resume up 3 levels, 4 levels above me. I've seen it firsthand, multiple times. I have seen a big, giant corporate director of an entire organization that brought in new software and said, we're going to launch this software out of the box in 4 months. We're going to change all of our systems and get this out of the box in 4 months. And 4 years later, they finally forced the software out, push out, 4 years later, years. And it blew everything up for 6 to 9 months to, and even like kept going for years with all the minutia. And the guy had left the company 2 years earlier and failed himself upward. I've seen so much of that. I've seen so much of that. Because he knew somebody somewhere and said, oh, look, I got this out-of-the-box solution, and it fixed our entire mortgage process, top to bottom. I took 40 different systems and combined them into one. Oh, what happened when you launched it? Well, we never launched it. We never launched it. We're right around the corner from launching it, and we're gonna save the company millions of dollars, and I've already received several $1 million of stock bonuses for doing it. Can I have your job now? Yes, we would like you to come and run our company. Thank you. Can you run our company now? Yes, I could do that. The problems with giant corporations running your country are endless. Sorry, Capital Games. I don't believe that's not true. And by the way, the people that are actually working on this stuff to pad that person's resume, I have nothing but love for you guys. I know exactly what's going on. You may not know it, you may not understand it, and you know, maybe I'm misunderstanding the situation. I don't think I am, because I've just seen it too many times. But yeah, or the other one is, you know, big giant overlord EA comes in and says, well, your game's making money, but we need to make money. It's got to keep growing, and if it's not growing, it's dying, and blah, blah, blah. So we got to build it in money-making, and so you do it just for that. So the guys that are actually working the lines on this, writing the code, designing the graphics, putting the game flow together, testing the game, all those people, nothing but love. Nothing but love. You dipwads at the top, I can't stand you, and you are ruining this country bit by bit by bit, and that is part of it. Literally, that is part of it, and I have nothing else to say about it, and that is absolutely true. I'm gonna get fired. I'll be doing YouTube without my real job here pretty soon, based on things I'm saying out loud. In the recent past, PAST. Have you given any legitimate thought to quitting Galaxy Heroes? Oh no. Has the business job side of it stopped you? No. I love what I'm doing. No, not even not even remotely crossed my mind. In fact, if anything, my channel has never stopped growing. We've been in constant growth mode for about going on 3 years now. Going on 3, just constant growth mode with a little lag there in like mid 2024 to mid 2025. No, I'm not burned out on this game at all. Period. None. Zero. I love the game. I love playing it. I love hanging out with you guys. I love streaming. I love making videos. I love finding new content to uncover. I love finding new ways to work the game in the background. I love it all. No, I have not. No, this is not for me a job thing where I'm tired of the game and no, zero. Okay. This one's okay. All that can be really good in the right situation. Where was that? That's a little better. None of the rest of these are very interesting. I didn't watch the new Mall trailer yet. My brother sent something to... We have a little just a texting group with my brother and my buddy Cosmo and my son, who just looks us like a bunch of dumb old men. But and just like sent a link to the trailer and said, "Oh, how could they possibly screw this up?" And Maul is on a journey for self-awareness and trying to understand his place in the world. Trying to understand his identity in a complicated world of the Empire. He's carrying protest signs and protesting the way the Empire treats citizens. Maul for modern audiences. Maul, the constant victim of the Empire. Rival Somnium, Empire Strikes Back is the greatest movie ever made. I'm not going to switch that out with this. It's better, but I'm not going to spend my hard-earned resources on that. Maul Lives Matter. There you go. I like that. I like that. You know, I don't think they'd make a whole series about it. I'd be 0% shocked if we started. I think we're getting past this now, where they're making movies for modern audiences instead of just making it a good movie. I think we're getting past that, so that's a good thing. But a couple years ago, it would not have shocked me if we saw that in a Star Wars show or movie. Although we haven't had a movie since 2019. 7 years since we had a movie, guys. 7 years since we had a movie. Oh, I would argue those people aren't liberals either. They're progressives. Some of my best friends in the world are liberals. We disagree on a lot of stuff, and that's fine. We agree on a lot of stuff too. But they don't go out there and make themselves into perpetual victims. Why do all the old people love Empire Strikes Back? Because it's the greatest movie ever made. You don't understand how it deconstructed the way that a blockbuster movie is supposed to work. It completely deconstructed that. Completely. It's not, there's no heroic end to it. They lose. The good guys lose. Like, thoroughly. They're thoroughly trounced. Literally, the title of the movie, The Empire Strikes Back, the Empire just goes on Hoth, drives them out of Hoth, kills half of them, makes them retreat. Luke goes to Dagobah, Han and Leia go to Cloud City. The rest of them, I don't know where they went. I don't know where they went. Then the Empire comes to Cloud City, chasing them down. The Empire captures Han Solo. Somehow Leia and Chewie get out. And Luke is basically is just done. And he finds out that Darth Vader is his father. Executed perfectly, completely destroying all movie theater tropes for the hero's journey. Destroying it. Harrison Ford is at his peak. Peak film. By the way, it doesn't have all the stupid script lines in it like Revenge of the Sith has. From my point of view, the Jedi are evil. Again, I'll say it again. Once again, dude, if you're in a discussion or argument with somebody and you say an opinion, we know it's your point of view. Script writing 101 would say, take that out. All you gotta say is, the Jedi are evil. How much more impactful is it to look at your master who has trained you in the ways of the Force and brought you up and taught you everything you know, and you just say, the Jedi are evil. Period. So many stupid lines in that movie. So many stupid lines in that movie. Empire Strikes Back. Greatest movie ever made. Yeah, sorry. Sorry, guys. You don't need to say, no, you're missing the point there. Yeah, soundtrack-wise, Empire Strikes Back, forget about it. Nobody had ever heard anything like the Imperial March before. Look. Where was I? No, the 70s was full of movies where good guys didn't win. The 70s was full of movies like Taxi Driver, or your heroes were anti-heroes. That was all through the 70s. That was a common thing. But not in this genre or type of movie. What was I going to say? Oh, at no point did he ever say what was evil about the Jedi? Well, that's the thing. Here's the thing about a movie, about script writing. You don't necessarily want to have a list of everything that's evil about the Jedi, and that's fine. That's fine. The adage for making a movie or a show that's great is show, don't tell. And I mean, I'm not an expert, but I do have a bachelor's degree in theater. Okay, I had a script writing class. I've done very little bit. But this is just very common. Show, don't tell. When you read a book, you know, you're going to see the characters' inner thoughts and what they're thinking of, what they're looking at and everything. When you're watching a movie, you want to be shown what's going on without me. You know, whenever we get these stupid TV shows, or even movies where, like, okay, now we need to establish some backstory for these characters. So how are we going to do that? Well, we could have a flashback to an old scene where something is happening in that person's life that leads to where they are now. We can leave it untold. We can just say, we leave it to the audience to determine why Han Solo was such a rapscallion, right? Or the worst choice, the absolute worst choice. Let's have them all sit around a campfire and tell stories about how difficult their life was 10 years ago. There's nothing worse in a TV show, or when you see that happening, if you're watching a TV show and movie and that's happening, you know that they have no ideas left. They're done. They're out of ideas. You know it's a bad show. Also, you know it's a bad show when they're all sitting around on the couch talking about, did you know that 40% of women are this and that and this, and 50% of men are involved in that. When they start talking about that stuff, the show is done. Move on. The show has lost the plot. It's no longer about telling stories. It's about sending messages. You should move on and get out of that situation. So just be aware of that kind of stuff. But my wife and I tried watching the Negan and Maggie Walking Dead show where they go to New York, and that was exactly what happened. There's this whole scene where they sit around a campfire. It's like a 10-minute scene, and they all just tell their stories. Oh, I remember the zombies came, and my son was sad because mom turned into a zombie, and blah, 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 blah. And you have to, and then the actors are going to engage in some really bad acting because they have no choice. They're reacting to the story. Oh. And it's just the worst thing that's ever been made, and you know that this show is just garbage at that point. All right, let's get out of this. This isn't working. Absolute garbage. Lucas had to mess up Han's hero journey? What are you talking about? He didn't leave him dead? Yeah, it didn't bother me. Or if they jump the shark on water skis, then you know the show's done too. Now you have the Netflix model where the corporates tell scripts so they need to sell things. So Matt Damon and Ben Affleck just flipped the script on that. They went on Rogan and they said, yeah, Netflix wanted us to go in there and have the plot repeated about every 20 minutes or so because people are on their phones, and they're like, this is crazy. Like, I'm not gonna do. So that's the model for those Netflix shows, is that they just keep repeating the plot over and over and over again because people are distracted. They're on their phone. They're not watching intently. They're not in a movie theater locked into the movie. So they let that out. And then Netflix also wanted them to say, we need a big action shot at the beginning and a big action shot at the end. Like, that was really interesting to hear them talking about how Netflix wanted them to build the movie. Really interesting. No attackers. We can do this. I think Smee can make it through this. I think Smee can make it through this one. Let's put that Smee team back in there. What's a bad show? What are you guys talking about? Didn't you finish the one for doing the gold path? Should you keep focusing on it? The gold path gives you more options for data discs. When you get to the end of it, you can choose top or bottom, and you get to pick which one has more data discs. Whereas if you go off the gold path, you won't get to choose. It's a small marginal marginal improvement. It's a marginal improvement by going the gold path because you get to choose which section you go to for data discs. Tambor's gotta go, guys. You gotta. Where's my cursor? You gotta get him out. I'm still sitting on a few Lightspeed tokens. I don't know if I should use them for on GL raid team or for prerequisite characters. I don't know. Prerequisite characters is a pretty broad topic. You mean for Ray? If you don't have the farm for Ray done and you don't want to buy Lightspeed bundles, you should use them for the prerequisite characters. You got to get Ray activated before you get a team farmed around her, right? Is that what we're asking? Are there small bonuses for it too? I was unaware of that. All right, we got Smee done. Now we want, is it no attackers? Is that what it is? No attackers. We can do that. I love to see the stamina exhausted. All right, no attackers. Leia will work for this. Not an attacker. Not an attacker. Not an attacker. And not an attacker. Yeah, the Matt Damon and Ben Affleck have been on the circuit here lately with their new movie, The Rip, which I watched. I liked it. My wife didn't really get into it, but it's not her kind of movie. I enjoyed it. I thought it was good. Not like amazing, and it's gonna, you know, it's not Good Will Hunting or anything, but it was good. It was a good movie. So they've been on the press tour for that. That interview was tremendous, as it usually goes, because they sit there and talk for 3 hours. That's so much better. None of these are super exciting. I might already have that. I have not seen Sinners. I should watch Sinners. I pay zero attention to award nominations anymore because it's all just a game. I mean, they're all just playing a game. They're not... movie awards season, the cat's out of the bag, man. They're all just out there campaigning to get wins. It's not about people voting for the best movie or the best rewards. It's about how much money you can spend on the campaign and how many people's ears you can get in. And it's very visible at the Oscars every year when they give all these awards to like big giant awards to movies and stuff that you've never heard of. So many movies that nobody has seen have gotten the big Academy Awards reward. It's just crazy. So I don't pay attention. The only thing I pay attention to with awards is the Golden Globes host speeches. That's the only thing that's interesting about awards season to me. Best picture usually means most boring. I think that's, yeah. Or just, I have not watched, like, Birdman won Best Picture. I haven't watched it. I had one of my best friends tell me that it's basically unwatchable, and that's kind of been echoed by a lot of people, so that's not a unique sentiment. I'm not going to watch Birdman or other teams, so... Not using his team to get survive feats. I'm not spaz not about cheese and stuff user. I mean, you want me to put Keller and Beck in there? Is he an attacker? If you want me to do it, I will. He's an attacker. I can't put him in this team. And the other one is a full team of bounty hunters. I guess I could be putting a full team of bounty hunters out here. Nah, I don't. This stuff will get done. I'll get it done. I'm not. I don't gain any special pleasure about I do cheese stuff sometimes in Conquest, but I don't gain any special pleasure out of it. Let's do this. No attackers. Might be kind of hard, actually. Let's see if this works. I gotta do, well, these guys, he's not a bounty hunter. Hang on, he's not a bounty hunter. These two are. Not an attacker, right? Okay. See if this works. I should watch Sinners. Yeah, I just haven't gotten around to it. So Oppenheimer won Best Picture? See, I don't pay attention. Everything Everywhere All at Once was good, and Oppenheimer is good. So if those both won Best Picture, then that is, maybe they're finally coming around to, you know, actually giving us movies that people care about. What was it last year? Well, I guess this year will be for 2025, so. Master Qui-Gon, Padawan, that's a good place to use Lightspeed tokens. Do I play any non-mobile games? Well, I've been playing KOTOR on the channel here. The answer is, generally speaking, no, and the reason for that is life flexibility, right? Like, when I'm not making videos, I'm either working for the man, or I'm spending time with my wife and my family, and I can play a mobile game while I'm also watching a movie or show with my family, you know? So, if you want to play, like if I was going to play League of Legends, I would be into it, dude. I would be going, and I'd be sitting around my PC for 4, 5, 6, 7 hours a day, and I mean, my family's a big priority to me, so, and my wife's a big priority to me, so I don't play a lot of PC games. But we're playing KOTOR on the channel, so, you know, join us every Wednesday. We've been playing that and trying to play through it, so join us here for KOTOR next week. This team's actually a little challenging. I did not see the Mall trailer. I need to watch it. Dune 2. I didn't see Dune 2. I gotta be honest, Dune 1 didn't really do anything for me. I didn't really get a lot out of Dune, the first movie, so I guess I'll be very direct about it. Dune felt very... What's the word I'm looking for? Self-indulgent. Look at us. Look at this set piece. Look what we can do. We can say a lot of confusion. Like, I didn't even follow what was happening half the time. So, maybe this is just me getting old. It's entirely possible. I didn't get much out of Dune. So I didn't watch Dune 2. My son is always lambasts me for it. Like, you need to watch Dune 2. It's great. It's better than the first one. There's a lot of action and things happening. And like, well, then why didn't they do that in the first one? Like, I don't know. Yeah, what Jester F8 just said. They look great, but something about them puts you to sleep. I'm just... Yeah, I've never read the source material, so... Jerry's not a Dune fan. GL Grievous seems like going to be an appropriate choice, and boy, we are overdue for some separatist action in this game. Way overdue. That's a video I've been meaning to put out, but I keep finding things to do instead of it. Maybe this weekend. The Separatist faction, if you look at that faction, it's just a bunch of old characters. Aside from Trench, nothing new has been released for Separatists in this game in years. Darth Vader without any Empire. Well, that's two different things, isn't it? Nobody's Empire here. Let's try it. I don't think you have to read the Dune books to enjoy the movie. My son enjoys the movies. When Lord of the Rings came out, so I had several times throughout my early years, I had started Fellowship of the Ring reading it, and I just not made it through. I got to Tom Bombadil like multiple times, 2 or 3 times. I would get to Tom Bombadil and just be like, "Oh, what is this?" And I wouldn't make it any further. So when the movie came out, Fellowship of the Ring, well, first, I had to go find that. My family bought me this really beautiful red leather-bound book of the trilogy, all three of them in one big book, and so I sat down and read all the way through it. And it was well worth my time. Well worth my time. Now, my best buddy Cosmo has been reading all of the Lord of the Rings material since the 80s. Like, he was reading the Silmarillion in the 80s. Oh, I got the attackers done. Good. Is energy refresh on mods good for a early game? Keep up with mod? Yes, absolutely is. Now we're running an experiment on my free-to-play to see if I can do it without using a lot of energy. But yes, mods is always a good investment. That's actually the best version of that. I hadn't seen that one yet. Isn't there one where they just did? There's no damage penalty. That's kind of interesting. I'm gonna grab this. Isn't the Silmarillion just a bunch of, like, it's like a straight history, like all the begats in the Old Testament? Isn't that what it's kind of like? I need to use Keller and Beck in here. I just did a bunch of bounty hunters. Pirates, I'll do that later. Evasion up. I always use CLS for that. No tanks. I can use Keller and Beck for that, and Crosshair, okay. Did I have that in there? No, I want that. Which one was it? That. Alright. Yeah, Nooch begat Nooch Jr., and then the High Elves of Livendor, and I don't know. What was it? No tanks? You're welcome. No tanks. Evasion up. So, we can do no tanks with CLS. If it works. If they haven't boosted it so much, my CLS team doesn't work anymore. This is where I like to do evasion up. May not get there. Need Han to get a turn. I just need Han to get a turn. Can't get evasion up if Han doesn't get a turn. That just reduces cooldowns, didn't it? They're doing too much damage. I should have a button that says, but too much damage. No, it didn't. Okay, good. Alright. There's your evasion up. Now we just auto it. And no tanks. I've been neglecting Twitch, sorry. Northbound is a box out of the soundtracks from 4, 5, and 6, and your Lord... Oh, Empire Strikes Back takes... Empire Strikes Back is the best soundtrack of all the Star Wars movies, and I don't think it's close. I agree with that. Yeah, Separatist ships have been completely neglected in this game. Absolutely.
My goodness. Yeah.
You think Jurassic Park is his best score? I think you could argue for that. I just think that at the time... No, can you stop doing that, please? The Imperial March was so good. And just, honestly, anything you watch that's got John Williams soundtrack, just forget it. You're watching a masterpiece. I mean, really. Really. The guy was just a movie genius. Duel of the Fates is amazing. But I can't think of anything else out of there that really gets me going. And then Duel of the, what do they call it? When what's the one for Anakin and Obi-Wan going at it? Duel of the somethings. That's a great one too. But the Imperial March, come on now. Get more of these. I don't want to sub it in anywhere at the moment. I could do it for the leader slot, but we're good. Do you mean the original Dark Void or the dumb ones that they have now? They redid all that, and it's dumb. All right, no tanks. Let's see here. No tanks, and what else? I gotta get evasion up. I feel like Bastila does this, right? Light side Bastila? Guess not. Bad Batch aren't going to win anything. Try something like this, like... Let's see if this can work. There we go. Battle of the Heroes. You gotta kill Watt, guys. This team's working pretty well. But I have a tank in there. I was trying to do no tanks. Oh well. I mean, I'm doing the evasion up right now. And I'm not going to take 5s out of this team. Maybe I could. Seems doubtful. C-Rex has already got 70%. I could put Kicks in there. I could put Wrecker in. He's a tank, though. Put Tech in. Let's see what happens here. Now Tech's gonna do some work. No, they do the wrong thing every time. Oh. The AI is not good to Tech. No, I know Wrecker, but I'm trying to do this without any tanks. Because that's one of the things here. No tanks, evasion up. That's what I'm working on right now. Pirates will come later. Crosshair, I can never get him to live, so... I mean, I guess I could add some gear to Crosshair at this point, but eh. I can just do this, and I'm gonna manage tech here. Do it right, man. Cancerous? Jeez. These clones are doing pretty well here. Might be able to go a little bit more with them. I do need to get Kelleran back on the field here, though. I gotta get some battles done with him. So we'll do that next. Can I... what are they at? 60%? Let me see if I can knock these out. I gotta do 4 more battles, though. With no tanks. 4 battles, no tanks. Evasion up. I'm not gonna get that evasion up today. Let's go one more time here. Tech got staggered. That's not true. Oh, there we go. Good. All right, there's our evasion up. Do this. All right. Whoa! Whoa! Okay. How many more battles do I need to do that? I need 4 more battles. I don't think they can make it that deep. Let's keep going. Gooba Steve might be here in a minute with a question for you guys. Ooh, wow. Echo went first there. Oh, wow. The other Echo, by the way. No, I can't watch the mall stream on trailer. On stream. I can't watch the mall trailer on stream, no. I might be able to get through this twice here. That might be the benefit. Let's see. Oh, is Echo a support? I think I just did it twice. Let's see. Yeah, they're getting low enough to where I think I'm just 48. I don't know. I think I'll finish that later. There might be some evasion up elsewhere. Scuba Steve is frustrated because he can't beat Emphas Nest. Win with kicks with only dark side. Okay, let's do the only dark side. Sure, just knock it out. Are you kidding, Andreas? No, Disney would hammer me on a copyright. It wouldn't even be like a second thought. In fact, when I have had situations here where I accidentally run like the Star Wars theme for 5 seconds, I get copyright blocked. Yeah, no, Disney is absolutely on their copyright, and I don't blame them. I'm not complaining. Of course they are. Oh yeah, I remember when Enfys Nest was actually running the game, yeah. Nothing exciting here. I'm gonna go for that, I guess. Let's get no tanks again. We'll go ahead and pull the tank out here. I need to get Keller and Beck in, right? Let's get Keller and Beck into a team. This is kind of... I'll put them into a... No, I need to get them moving here. No tanks, right? Darkseid Ray is only good if you use her with Kylo Ren. If you don't have Spring Leader Kylo Ren, I wouldn't bother. It's like Ben Solo is only good with Galactic Legend Ray. He can work with, I guess, Jedi Training Ray, but nobody cares. And I guess that Darkseid Ray can work with Kylo Ren on Mass, but nobody really cares. So if you don't have Spring Leader Kylo Ren, I wouldn't bother with Darkseid Ray. I still might wait till after I get Leia out. I mean, I don't know where you are with Leia, so I mean, if you're close to Leia, finish it. If not, just do Rey. I'm gonna make this a real team now. Hold on. I want to be a real team. I'm not picking up a high, big, expanded level of difficulty in Conquest. All right, we're good. I'm not doing the hundreds this time. I'm living with the Datacrons I've got. Those last Datacrons are so amazing. Oh, hey, we can play some Coliseum, everybody. What do you think of that? Coliseum, where all the kids come to play. Coliseum, the best game mode ever, created in mobile history, gaming history of all time. Coliseum. I've already got... All right, I'm almost to that. Yeah, we're getting close here already. That's pretty... I'm pretty stellar. I'm pretty stellar. Would I say there's a GP threshold for getting the red crate, just with feats and all? That's a good question. I know that Arnold makes... Every time there's a Conquest, Arnold makes a video for how to get the character free to play. And I think that... I feel like... Vexatron made one this time too, so they might be a little more well-versed to answer that question. It's not really a GP threshold. It's a do you have the characters to get all the feats done threshold, I guess. You know, go check out those videos. Arnold has it out there. It does it every time. How to unlock the Conquest Champion free to play, and then Vexatron made one too. So they're gonna have a little bit more insight into the question you're asking. Yeah, no leveling up. Let's go get some leveling up. Robert Rich has made the stream. Any of our other Masters members that I've missed, welcome aboard. I bet I can just smoke this guy. Let's go. Nope, I didn't smoke him. He didn't smoke me either, though, did he? I didn't land... okay, I landed it over here, so let's get over here. And see if we can smoke this guy, although it might be difficult now. Alright. It's time for this. No, he didn't do it. Ah! I thought for sure he would go in on that. This one. No, he didn't either. Who am I watching now? I don't know what I'm watching. I don't know what's going on. New high score. That's right, boys and girls. I mean, I'm just going straight in on this. This is not how you should play this. Wait, what? When I get to this level, they just revive? What's that? What is that? Did they change the rules on me? When this unit will be defeated, it recovers 100% health. Whenever this unit receives damage, it gains 5% turn rate. Damage unit deals... So now that I'm at the top of it, where I'm on infinity, I can't actually kill any of the... Ah! Thanks a lot. Thanks for that. That's not nice. That's not nice at all. Right? See, like, because of that. So you can't actually defeat him now. I either didn't notice this last time, or it just kicked in for me this time around. I'm really itching to see Spider Maul work with the Stranger. I think it's going to be gross. I think it's going to be absolutely mind-numbingly gross what the two of them do together in Grand Arena. Like, the Stranger's bad enough already. Alright. Maybe I should do it just to get that purge done. Work on some mods. Whose mods do I gotta work on here? I think I got these done. 24, 21, 25, 23, 26. That looks done to me. All right. No. That's not that great, and he's gonna take us. He's gonna be used here now on. All right, let's see what I got here. Okay, that's fine. Look at those off 1% offense. That's nice. Okay. Not very exciting. No, I can just sell that. Yeah, offense is hard to come by though. That's a 12. That's worth taking a shot at. Let's keep taking a shot here. Okay, there we go. That's why we do it. Okay. Okay. That's all right. That's worth going. What am I at up here? 14. Okay. Okay, well, it's gonna be at 18. Just one more speed roll, boys and girls. Come on. Let's calibrate it. I crit chance is such a useless stat, so let's just keep it. I felt like there was a kit I saw that's coming out here sometime soon that might need crit chance. Or was I dreaming that? One more, come on. I'm gonna try again here. There we go. There we go. All right. Get that bad boy assigned. Okay. Oh, I don't want the offense. Let's check down here. That's at 18. I keep it because it's offense on. We'll try this one, see what happens, but I'm gonna sell that. All right. I'll take one shot. These offense are so rare, man. Though. I mean, it's at 18 speed. It's not like it's. I probably should have chilled out on that a little bit. No. I mean, I guess that's better, but didn't hit. Okay, we'll live with 18 there. 15 here. We got to get rid of the offense primary. That's a good shot. Come on. There we go. That's not great, but it's better than what I got. 22. Okay, we'll just roll that one. Okay. $16 versus 12. Let's try this one. No. I should just sell that. That's assigned to a loadout? Whose loadout is that assigned to? That's good. Those are some nice rolls. Those are some nice rolls right there. All right, so we got Maul's mods all done. 5, 5, 5, 5, 4 stuck there for now. We'll deal with that some other time later. That was excellent. Nope, nope, nope. I think I got her decked out now. Max, 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 max. Yeah, okay. Why don't they do live arenas like they have in Saint Seiya? I don't know what Saint Seiya is, but a lot of games do have live arenas. I agree that, so live arena is an investment of time. I will say that Raid Shadow Legends does a good job of making Live Arena relevant in short bursts. Like, it's relevant for a little while, then it's not. Because if you're going to be playing a lot of time in Live Arena, you're going to really wear yourself out. Like, you could grind that all day, every day. Raid does a good job of that. Marvel Strike Force, their Live Arena just is useless, and I never played it when I played that game. So you could do Live Arena. What I still would honk for in this game, if you're gonna bring a new game mode, I would love to see Grand Arena where I can choose my opponent, or I can play somebody in my guild. I mean, I just think that would be so much fun. Why can't I have Grand Arena where I can play? I can type in an ally code and we can play Grand Arena against each other for a couple of days. I think that'd be great. And really interesting. We could have some really interesting content around it. You guys could play against me. I could play, you know, whatever. I wish we had something like that in the game. Grand Arena, choose your opponent. That's what I'd like to see. I imagine that's a pretty solid code build out, so I don't really know, but that's what I would like. Should you use a Relic 6 token on L3? Only if L3 is like a character you absolutely need on your roster. You should limit your Relic 6. Terry Malicos needs some better mods. We want him with speed. I like that mod, actually. I'm out of those. Okay. I like that mod. That's better. We can put all these mods we just took off of Maul and put them on Terran Malicos here. Actually, that's not better. Do I want him with a lot of speed? That was pretty good. I mean, 23 at 4. That could be a 29 speed mod. That's huge. That's a max speed mod right there. And I'm out of slicing materials. Wow. I have... That's all I got? Yikes, not getting any crit damage mods these days. I'm gonna leave that where it is. I got any health mods in general that are... I like that mod on him. But I don't need all these offense mods. It's not really a smart move. I'm hitting on nothing here. There we go. I can't slice it, so... I might leave this the way it is for now. That's a pretty good mod. I'm gonna leave this alone. I'll have to come and fix it next time. All right. You activate speed. What relic stop at? Which Zetas to apply? Apply the Zetas. And take him to relic 7. Minimum. Zeta, if this ability targets first enemy, activate the damage the allied pirate in the leader slot, remove 100% turn meter, inflict ability block, and daze him for 2 turns. This is pretty targeted, but what it does is pretty crazy. So that seems worth it. SM33 gains 25% bonus protection for 2 turns. Well, that's okay. If you're going to get the TW Omicron, though, you'll need to get it. Whenever an enemy targets the allied pirate in leader slot, SME gains 15%. You want that one, too. So you could, if you're not going to do the Omicrons, you could skip this one. But Relic 7 is minimum for every character. What else we got, folks? You got me here for some time still. You have any new Datacrons yet? The Phoenix one's gonna be good along with Hu Yang. Yeah, I don't. No, I don't have them yet. I've got. Well, I shouldn't say any of them. I got these 2 regular ones. I am. I could have just flipped the thing there. I am going to spend most of my efforts on this round of Datacrons on the focused ones. That's where I'll spend most of my time. I've got so many of these here to last me through March, you know, for another couple of months. I'm just going to, I'll focus on I'll do the focused Datacrons this time around. I have every one of my units 4-star and level 70, including my mall, and I can't get higher than 30% in tier 7. What are you talking about? Tier 7 of what? Oh. Tier 7 of what? I don't know what that means. There aren't any focused Datacrons this time? Why are they doing this? Of Coliseum. Oh, I have no idea. Just keep upgrading. That's all you can do. Coliseum is such a cluster, and I can't answer questions on what to do to proceed further in Coliseum. All I've done is the natural progression as it's come to me as I've upgraded my teams. I don't think there's good answers for Coliseum. It's not a very good game mode at this time. Maybe it'll be better when they add some stuff to it that they said they're going to add, but I don't have any advice for Coliseum. The only advice I would say, the Rabbit Beaver had a pretty good video about when you use Barris and she lands Purge, then anytime somebody attacks an enemy with Purge, she assists for every one of those attacks. So I think that's the only real advice, but I don't have any advice for Coliseum. No, I don't. Like I said, the problem with Coliseum is you can't really making guides for Coliseum is really difficult, because when it starts off, all your characters are at base level and you're only working on one character. So what's the advice from there? Well, the advice is just level them all off as much as possible as you get them unlocked. but you only start with one character, and it only lasts for like, less than a minute, lasts 30 seconds, and you're dead. Then 2 weeks later, you get another character that lasts a little bit longer. Then 2 weeks later, you get another character that lasts a little bit longer. Then 2 weeks later, it's like there's no, I don't find it to be a very interesting or engaging game mode as far as making content about. Xerath put out a new guide in Coliseum. Go check out Xerath's guide on Coliseum. Maybe he's got some good stuff to say. In fact, I'm sure he has good stuff to say. Xerath is really good at breaking down the minutia of the strategery of the game. That's not... I tend to not be great at that. So go check out Xerath's video on it. They did it because they don't want to put out more make goods and datacrons? No, I think what happened was that they screwed up the datacrons. Then they just said, here's $10,000 worth of datacron material for everybody. And then everybody used all that. So everybody's got max datacrons through mid-March. And then they said, well, we're going to change this back to the old system. I think it'll be temporary. I think once we get through a couple rounds of this old system, 2 months of datacrons, they'll go back to the regular system. I don't know why they didn't just say that. But they're just trying to, since these massive, crazy, ridiculous datacron sets going to be out through mid-March, they're just trying to level set with that until we get through all that being out there. That's what they're trying to do. You actually had some fun making progress during the boss came around, but I'm in the free play limits hardwall. Yeah, the Congress, or excuse me, the Coliseum gets a little more fun every time you progress. I agree with that. And you play with your strategy, you tweak this, you tweak that. To me, it just doesn't feel like it's worth making a video about. Maybe I'm wrong, but I feel like if I put a video out about it, like, excuse me, the best way to do, like, see, because here's the thing, Xerath put a video out on it this week, right? Well, this Coliseum's over in 3 weeks. That's the problem with it. It's like this limited game mode that you don't get full access to, and it slowly builds. So how do I put out a guide? You know, can I do like every 2 weeks I do a new guide on Coliseum, but it's the same thing, but your characters are progressed. It doesn't really seem, it's not making much sense to me. Now they've talked about adding layers to it where you can borrow characters that are not in the current era into your teams, and then also like a PvP game mode that might be more engaging, and that might make Coliseum a little more interesting. But the way it exists right now, it's not all that interesting to me, and I don't really look at it like something that's super interesting to break down and make guides about. They've said they changed it to line up with errors. I imagine we'll get focused datacrons. Well, let's weigh this out here. Okay, so we pull up a calendar. Oh God. Okay. That didn't help much. Okay, so if we pull up a calendar. So the new Datacron set comes out when? Here-ish. And it goes 2 months to March, whatever, to here. The era is ending. The era ends here, and the Datacron set, no, it doesn't end here. The era ends here, 10th of February. So the next Datacron set expires I don't know. Maybe the line... I don't know. This isn't working. Maybe they'll line it up with May the 4th, and then we can get back to regular Datacron stuff, but it's just a mess right now. I gotta be honest, I didn't really pay attention to all the Datacron drama. Because it just doesn't get me wound up that much. And maybe that's why when I put a Datacron video out, nobody watches it. I kind of farm the Datacrons as they're available. Oh, that's right, because we're going to have 3 sets of Datacrons run at the same time, and it gets confusing. Yeah, I don't like that. I don't like that. If you clear Conquest on easy, you will have normal available. So you may not have cleared it all the way. You do also have to clear, and for it to count, you have to grab this final data disc at the end of tier 5. If you don't grab the final data disc at the end of tier 5, it won't count as a clear. Maybe that's what happened. I don't know. So make sure that you go through on easy to all the way to the end, grab this final data disc, and it'll open up normal for you next time. You shouldn't have to worry about feats. I remind you of Lobot. I don't know what that means. Lobot is bald with cyborg things around his ears. I don't know how I remind anybody of Lobot. Let's see what I got over here. Ah, we got the Reva event. And the Bo-Katan event. Am I on dark side where I gotta put my... Yeah, I am. Where's that guy? There he is. No ships don't complete. Okay. Lobot is your favorite character. All right, dude. Thank you for the compliment to me. I find the Lobot being a favorite character thing to be a little weird. Just being honest. All right, we're not doing Reva. We're not going to do... Does that impact this? We'll do it. Yeah, I'm going to wait till we fill all that stuff. I'll do all this later. We are going to send you guys to one of our German friends again here. I don't know this guy. Playing Conquest on the YouTubes and on Twitch. Muffy Croat. Also German. Intended for a certain audience. Let's find somebody else there. We'll go watch KITTYCUT play Star Wars The Old Republic. Alright, folks. Should you like to be talking the Poncho Bros or Princess Nisa? Yes. I would do Poncho Bros first. Everybody, hey, I appreciate you. We can do more of these Ask Me things. We're kind of experimenting around. Since roster reviews are gone, we're going to kind of play around with the format for live streams when we're not doing Grand Arena and see what we could do with that over time. So this is our first attempt at this. I'll be back on Saturday morning with some more probably Ask Me Anything, or if we can find something else interesting to do, we'll do that. And we'll see you then. In the meantime, I hope everybody has a great day. I will talk to you get to 4 million, Dylan, then you unlock those. Have a great day. I will talk to you soon. And always remember, Nooch too good.